According to Carl Jung, life really begins at 40. Up until then, you're just doing research. I've always found hope in that quote, but lately I've been wondering if it's actually true. As I approach my 40th year, I find myself thinking differently about life, about my goals, and especially about art. All my life, art has made me happy. It's always been this thread running quietly in the background, but the way I relate to it now has changed. When I was a child, art was an expressive joy. I had no insecurities around it and proudly showed my work to anyone who'd give me the time of day. But for my older teenage years and beyond, making art often felt like a battle. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to mean something. But I paid too much attention to what I saw as all the flaws. If it didn't turn out how I imagined, I'd get frustrated. Often I'd give up. But now I just make it for joy, for peace, for myself. I used to think art was about proving something, that I was talented or productive or worthy. But with age, there comes a kind of loosening, a softness. I don't care as much about how it's received anymore. I care more about how it feels to make it. I don't need it to be perfect anymore. And ironically, that's when it becomes something deeper. Years ago, in a museum gift shop, I came across a quote on a stone wall ornament by Michelangelo. It said, "I'm still learning." This was when I was in my late teens, and way back then, when I thought I was mature, it resonated with me, and I always remembered it. Now it has more potency than ever, especially since I discovered that he said this when he was 87. I'm still learning. You're still learning. It's a constant that we can feel very blessed for. Learning doesn't end after school. Life is school. If you've ever thought, is it too late for me to make art? The answer is no, it's absolutely not. In fact, this might be the best time to start. Making art has been proven to reduce stress and anxiety. It helps you focus on the present moment. It's meditative. It slows you down in the best possible way. It's also good for your brain. When you create, you're problem solving, you're imagining, you're thinking in new ways all the time. And that kind of mental activity strengthens your brain, especially as we age. Life is an ongoing adventure, and art reminds us to stay curious, to keep learning. It's never too late to begin or rekindle an old passion for drawing. Something else I've noticed is that art brings people together. It could be an in-person or online art class, a local sketch group, or just sharing your work online. Sharing creativity invites connection with others who understand both the frustrations and the desire to create. It gives you a reason to show up, to be seen, and to see others. In a world that can feel isolating at times, I think art builds community. It reminds us that we're not alone and we can have a kinship with other creatives. People talk about aging like it's a decline, but I don't like to see it that way. I think it's a deepening. You become more yourself, less afraid, less rushed. And the beautiful thing about this is that your art changes with you. Maybe it's slower now, more intentional. Maybe it's louder or quieter, but it's real and full of wisdom. Aging gracefully to me means doing what brings you peace, what makes you feel alive, and art does that. You don't need to be a professional. You don't need to sell your work. You don't even need to be good, whatever that means. Art isn't a luxury reserved for only some. It's a way of being. It's how we can process things, how we remember, and how we feel. I make art because it makes me feel like me. And the difference now is that I let it be what it is. Imperfect, evolving, and honest. I don't think it's about starting over. I think it's about starting truer. Maybe life up until now really was just research. And now it's time to create. So if you've been waiting to start, now is the time. Pick up the brush, the pen, the camera, and start now. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. And the best part is, we're all still learning. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more creative ideas. Thanks for watching.